Welcome back, everyone. Today, let's further discuss the guy who probably tortured you in high school geometry. You know the one, a squared plus b squared equals c squared, the Pythagorean theorem. We all mostly know the name Pythagoras. But here is the thing. Everything you think you know about him, it's probably wrong. Or at least it's a total fabrication. Here's the part where I swallow my pride and I ask you to like and subscribe because, well, you all know why. Anyway, back to it. So, in the ancient world, Pythagoras wasn't just a math nerd. He was basically a rock star, actually more like a demigod. The legends about this guy are absolutely wild. We aren't talking about just drawing triangles here. I'm talking about a man who claimed he had a thigh made of solid gold as proof of his divinity. Stories claimed he could be in two places at once. They said he could talk to animals. There's even a story that he killed a venomous snake just by biting it. He was the sage, the man who supposedly coined the word philosophy, the love of wisdom. But here is where I hope your skepticism kicks in, because mine sure did. Modern scholars, they looked at the timeline, and there is zero evidence that he actually proved that famous theorem. He didn't leave a single piece of writing behind. Nothing. In fact, it's been proven the theorem predates old golden thigh by 1,000 years. He just shed a ton of light on it, giving way to the assumption. Everything we thought we knew was written 150 years after he died by people who treated him like a messiah. Even Aristotle, the heavyweight of Greek philosophy, threw a little shade. He wouldn't even commit to the man himself. He referred to his followers as the so-called Pythagoreans. So if he wasn't a mathematician, what was he? He was a charismatic cult leader. Yup, I said that. He ran a closed community that was surprisingly progressive. Men and women living together but strictly controlled. Imagine joining a fraternity or sorority, but instead of partying, you have to take a vow of absolute silence just to prove you have self-control. That was the entry fee. They lived by these maxims called akasmata, or things heard. It was an ascetic life. They were vegetarians, focused on purifying the soul to avoid bad reincarnation. But they had some bizarre lines they wouldn't cross. The biggest one? No beans, odd, right? No other serious dietary restriction, just strictly avoid beans. Why? No one is quite sure, honestly, but the accounts conflict and I'm not going down that hole. Underneath the golden thigh and the bean hating, there was something happening. This group didn't look at the world like we do. They believed that reality was math. They didn't just use numbers to count. They believed things were numbers. They worshipped the tetractys, which is a perfect triangle made of 10 dots. They believed the planets moved in a musical harmony. The music of the spheres, they called it. To them, the number 10 wasn't just a digit, it was divine perfection. They were trying to decode the source code of the universe through ratios and silence. And honestly, for all accounts, it worked. This so-called cult influenced Plato, which influenced all of Western thought. You can even draw a straight line from their secret rituals, their moral codes, and their obsession with geometry right into modern secret society, the Freemasons. So next time you see a right-angled triangle, don't think about a math test. Think about a gold-thighed mystic, a vow of silence, and a group of people trying to make their world better by listening to the music of the stars. Now that is a philosophy at least worth thinking about.